This XRP chart is telling you to duplicate it and invest all of your money in XRP. Is that appropriate? This is what Bytru puts forward. If Uphold is having problems withdrawing XRP, what should you do? I beg you. The transaction is completed in a matter of seconds. Nevertheless, in order to maintain your XRP funds, you will need to have reviews. Because of Bitcoin, enormous sums of money have been leaving exchange-traded funds ETFs for the past 3 weeks. Are there any bleed-overs? Who did the best in this most recent collision? I am in possession of a GoPro camera, mostly due to the fact that I have a second station where I document my training for the 100-kilometer race. What's up, crypto and Web3 enthusiasts? The day is Tuesday, how are you doing? Yesterday, the temperature in this location reached 105 degrees, therefore you should stop melting. To my friend, I hope that everything works out for you. You will perform very well. Courtney is referring to my most recent job advertisement, in which I will be discussing my $100,000 training. I will provide a link to that channel as well as the new movie at the conclusion. When I'm with Matthew with Rose, I don't feel like the crypto Hulk, rather, I feel like Hulk Hogan. Have a good time, guy. All I have to do to be ready for the marathon is bust my butt. $2,573, whereas Sol appears to be a little more attractive at $137. XRP is continuing experiencing a loss of value at $476. There will be a discussion regarding who performed the best and who performed the best and who performed the worst during the past several days. Your discovery will take you by surprise. Yes, let's get started right away. The screen displayed cryptocurrencies and the fluctuation in value of those cryptocurrencies over the course of the previous week. Consider this for a moment. Sol during the previous week, it is important to keep in mind that the most recent collapse in the market occurred over the past week. It has been 7 days in a row that Sol has been wonderful. It is 7.5. The prices of Doge, Cardano and Tron are all on the rise. At the moment, the cryptocurrency market is a mixed bag, with approximately half of the cryptocurrencies experiencing an increase and the other half experiencing a decrease. There are others who have pumped back quite a bit. Take a look at Pepe. A significant portion of the harm that was caused has been repaired by Pepe. Fear has spread throughout the market, which has resulted in Bitcoin exchange traded funds ETFs losing money for the 3rd week in a row. At the moment, there is a great deal of concern that interest rates will continue to be high for a longer period of time. The economy of the world is experiencing a slowdown. In a nutshell, this is the ongoing situation. Is that okay? According to the opinions of those who are knowledgeable about international finance, interest rates are expected to remain high for a considerable amount of time. As a result, throughout the remaining years of the 2020s, expansion and development will continue to have a gradual growth rate. Don't anticipate a great deal of booms then. This is the reason why the flow of Bitcoin appears to be negative. At this moment, what do I have for you? A nice chart that displays all of the outflows is in my possession. The description that follows will, as it usually does, provide a link to any narrative that you see in this video as well as in any of my previous films. In addition, the best. The background is not the same as before. How come? The reason for this is that I have a second channel where I discuss all of the activities that I do for fun and training that are not related to the regular channel. Take a look at it. It concludes with a link to the URL. Get a look at it. To be black and white, there is a tremendous flow out. That is the reason why Grayscale's head is oozing excessively. At the same time, Ark, Wisdom Tree, Vanak, Valkyrie, and all of the other members of Fidelity are bringing in money. However, in general, a significant number of people have departed this region over the course of the past 3 weeks. Take a look at this chart. Take a look at it. Get a look at it. On or around the 10th of June, you are able to observe this. There has been a significant amount of movement backward. In general, however, we are still a significant distance ahead. But has the Bitcoin exchange traded fund ETF exhausted its supply of fuel? The market will no longer be able to touch the all-time highs. Make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy content of this nature. Is the exchange traded fund ETF worn out? Have we used that card a moment ago? That is something that I believe all of us ought to begin asking ourselves, but the truth is that it is not true. Don't worry, XRP enthusiasts will get to everything as soon as possible. It gets negative feedback. It was Dumanis' complaint that Off-Boats had an excessive amount of control on his finances. Additionally, he stated that the XRP transfer took place immediately and that it took only 3 seconds to reach its destination. That is correct. We are aware of how quickly XRP can be transmitted and how quickly it can be used. Given this, I am curious as to why the vetting procedure for your XRP funds takes such a lengthy time. If XRP settles so swiftly, then why do the markets treat it in this manner? Is there something naughty going on right now? What was the necessity of this review procedure? He inquired. Banking procedures that are considered standard. However, according to Duman and Saw, this centralization is in direct opposition to the primary objectives of cryptocurrencies such as XRP, which are to provide speed and openness. I concur with every single point. There is anything that settles in a matter of seconds, but after that, it needs to be examined and confirmed, which takes the same amount of time as the typical banking operations. If they are going to keep your money for such a long time, then what is the point of using cryptocurrency? Almost immediately, members of the crypto community on X became aware of the issue. Bring about these kinds of evaluations, which gives the impression that there are more stringent regulations for compliance, but this wasn't a really significant change. According to the words of another commoner, they should leave Uphold because of the expensive prices and the alleged lack of safety there. Another thing, to tell you the truth, XRP is not the issue, it is Uphold that is the problem. One of the things that we hear is, look at this additionally, it is important to keep in mind that Uphold was one of the few platforms that continued to use XRP. These were provided to us by Cyprus Demancer. To put an end to this, is that okay? Do you want to tell me that I mentioned XRP due of its speed and openness, but you didn't pay attention to what I said there? My finances are currently being examined by Uphold, which means that I am unable to spend or access my money at this time. The very essence of XRP and freedom is fundamentally undermined by this. For the time being, I am required to wait for a central authority to acknowledge my operations. For the time being, my XRP is pretty much locked till they are approved. To what extent does this account differ from those offered by ordinary banks? Over the course of many years, Upholders has maintained the same method of handling financial matters. XRP is in good shape. What is at issue here is maintain, and the initial deposit wasn't all too steep. A deposit of 7,600 XRP is presented for your perusal. In other words, my buddy sent approximately $37,300. If these marketplaces out here are to be believed, it is not a whale deal yet, it is true. However, you shouldn't be allowed to access to your belongings right away. When compared to how crypto immediately clears following that, there are some techniques that are being used and they continue to fall under the gross standard financial umbrella, which is something that we all despise as much as possible. Bitrue is going to be a huge hit with XRP enthusiasts. It is connected to the way that the price has been fluctuating in recent times. Bitrue advises that you should continue to purchase XRP despite the fact that its price has decreased. The tweet is right here in front of me. This comes from the Bitrue. Make sure that all of your money is invested in XRP if you are unsure of what to do. When it comes down to it, they are essentially advising you to make purchases when prices decrease because bargains of this nature do not occur very frequently. To a certain extent, you might have purchased it on June 14th for the price of 46.47 cents. Telling the truth. The majority of the time, what they are looking for is quantity and activity. Trading is the only way for exchanges to generate revenue. No matter how much prices go up or down, they do not make any money. There are a lot of people that trade when the price drops, therefore it stands to reason that they make more money. According to Bitrue, you should invest all of your money in XRP. But what about the estimate that I've been providing you for the ChatGPT?